Hi people, it's me Anja, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new recent reads video. The first book on this list is called The Map of Stories, and if you didn't know, this is the conclusion to the Pages and Code trilogy. It's a middle grade fantasy book, and I rated this story 4 stars. It was so good. I really liked how Anna James expanded the world building in this story. I really enjoyed the characters, the plot. Like, this series is so wonderful, and I think that this story is the conclusion to this trilogy, but I don't think that Anna James is finished with this universe, but I think that she's done with these specific characters, if that makes any sense. Like, I think that she's writing like more companion books, but not any more sequels. So with that said, I will be continuing reading whatever more Anna James has to offer in this universe, because this universe is so wonderful and really cool. Like, it's so cool. I just love it so much, and the friendship between Tilly and Oscar is so wonderful and wholesome, and I love friendships, if you didn't know, and I just love this series so much. So like I said, I rated this book 4 stars, and honestly, if I were to rank all 3 books in this trilogy, I would put the first book and the third book tied, and the second book, honestly, I would put like at the bottom, I guess. But I really enjoyed how like the second book laid the foundation for this one, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean if you've read this series. So anyway, if you haven't read the series already, please go check it out because it is so good. Next book on this list is called Beyond the Black Door, written by A.M. Strickland. This book is a YA fantasy, and I ended up giving it 3 stars. It follows this young girl named Kamai, I think that's how you pronounce her name. And anyway, she wants to be a soul walker. And what soul walking is in this universe is when you walk in other people's dreams, which is an interesting concept, honestly. So anyway, every time that she soul walks, she sees this black door that she's forbidden to open. However, when tragedy strikes, she does the unthinkable and opens the black door. And you go along this journey in the story and you find out what's beyond the black door. So, yeah. Anyway, like I said, I rated this book 3 stars because I enjoyed it. I continued reading the story because it was interesting to like find out like what was happening and everything. I enjoyed the world building. I enjoyed Kamai's asexuality. I think that it's really important to have queer characters in a fantasy setting, because like sometimes I feel like queer characters are limited to only contemporary, which is really annoying, because in fantasy, like, it's already established that the story has nothing to do with their sexuality. So like literally you can make fantasy characters any like sexuality that you want, you know what I mean? So anyway, I really liked this book. I understand why it's so underrated though, because it's definitely not this huge hidden gem. Like, it's good and solid, but it's not like absolutely amazing or groundbreaking. But I am interested in the author's next book, which I think comes out either early 2021 or later this year, but I'm not completely sure. But anyway, there's that. I rated this book 3 stars. The next book on this list is called Cleo Portal and the Body Electric, written by Burt. This is a middle grade dystopian, and I gave this book 3.5 stars. It follows Cleo Portal, and after a package comes to her house, and it's not for her or her parents, and it's medicine, and a woman is dying outside, and she realizes that she has to deliver the medicine, even if it means going outside. And she's never left her house before because she lives in like a hermetically, is that how you say it? Anyway, she lives in this housing department because it's the middle of a pandemic, which like may not be the best book to read right now because we're in the middle of a pandemic as well. But anyway, she's never left her house before because she's safe in her house from the disease outside, hence the pandemic setting. But anyway, I enjoyed this book. I liked the world building. I liked the fast-paced, action-packed plot. I like that Cleo was fueled by curiosity and compassion. Like, she wants to leave the house even though she's technically not allowed to save this woman, because the medicine, the package that she received, will save like the woman's life if she goes and delivers it, even if it means like risking her life. I think that is really important to like be fueled by, even as a young age, at a young age, you know what I mean? So anyway, the story was solid, and I think that it's a rather underrated middle grade book. So yes. Next book on this list is called When Life Gives You Mangoes. This book is a middle grade contemporary, and I gave it 3 stars. It follows this young girl named Cleo, and she doesn't remember anything from the previous summer after a hurricane. So that's fun. I enjoyed this book. The plot was intriguing. I like the world building. Cleo is a very good character. So overall, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I gave it 3 stars. But however, I felt like I was more interested in like what had happened to her in the summer that she didn't remember than like what was happening now, if that makes any sense. So it's kind of like a mystery contemporary. So basically, what I didn't like is that the big plot twist at the end, I felt like it came out of nowhere. And I know that like it's a plot twist, so obviously maybe it's supposed to come out of nowhere. But like I felt like it was just tossed in there with no real foreshadowing, and that's why I didn't really see it coming, but like in a bad way and not like in a good way. You know what I mean? Like plot twists are supposed to be really surprising, but like they're supposed to be like foreshadowing for it. You know what I mean? So like in this book I felt like there wasn't any at all. Maybe it's just me, and also the story felt really short, and you can tell that like since the story felt really short, that's why like I kept being taken out of the story, if that makes any sense, because I don't usually notice the length of the story that I'm reading if I'm already emotionally connected to the characters, and with the story I wasn't. So yeah, I ended up giving this book 3 stars. I don't know if my review for it really made any sense, because I felt like I kept restarting my sentences in the middle of like a new sentence, but like that's just the way I talk, and I'm not very cohesive or eloquent. But if you didn't know that, welcome to my channel. That's me. So yeah. The last book on this list is called Anja on the Edge. This book is written by AJ Sass, and it follows an NB young person navigating a binary world. This story was so absolutely wonderful. The NB representation was absolutely so great. I could truly tell that it was rooted in the author's own NB experience. Like this story was so good. It's middle grade contemporary. It was absolutely wonderful. Like it felt so realistic, and I was so emotionally connected to Anja as a character. Like they were such a wonderful like person, so resilient and brave and absolutely wonderful. This story was short to me as well, but like unlike the previous book, I was so emotionally connected to the characters, to the plot, to everything that was happening, and I was so hooked by it that I never like took myself out of the story, if that makes any sense. So basically this story is so good. I rated it 5 stars because it's absolutely amazing. I loved it so much. NB representation in middle grade is so underrated, and this book is truly one of my favorite middle grade contemporaries, and it is so good. It is excellent. It is amazing. It is so eloquent, and I absolutely loved it. I don't know if it was specifically marketed as own voices, but it is so good. Like Cemetery Boys Who, you know, like the story is so good, and I absolutely loved it. I know I've already said that. I've already said that I rated it 5 stars, but I just wanted to truly reiterate that this story is so good, and I would highly recommend it. So in conclusion, the best book on this list was definitely Anja on the Edge. It was so good, absolutely so wonderful. And the lowest rating book on this list was probably When Life Gives You Mangoes. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you've read any of these books, if any of these books intrigue you. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought of them. Comment down below why you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. I just recently surpassed 400 subscribers, which is so wild to me. I never thought that like 400 actual people would be enjoying my videos, but thank you so much. You guys are so wonderful and so supportive, and I'm truly really grateful for that. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.